onshore volunteer with the Toronto chapter. So I'm actually our social media coordinator, so I'm responsible for social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Locally, we also attend several events and do some fundraising and outreach activities. I was also in Japan as part of Operation Infinite Patience, which you may be familiar with if you've ever seen the documentary The Cove. So basically every year for 6 months out of the year in Taiji, Japan, a group of hunters drive migrating cetaceans into the water, pilot whales, dolphins, and slaughter entire families. This is, of course, funded by the captivity industry, so this is where captive dolphins come from. Aquatic animals belong in the ocean, they don't belong behind glass. Whether they're mammals or whether they're fish is really an artificial divide. So certainly for the past month that I was in Japan, I mean, there's an entire industry like an entire history of animals being slaughtered senselessly because of people's demand to see captive dolphins, to see dolphins in dolphinariums, aquariums, and to engage with them in swim with dolphins programs. So this entire industry, this year alone, hundreds of dolphins have been slaughtered to fund this industry, and that's entirely due to captivity. So I mean, it's kind of it's a tradition that's time has passed, I think. I think that people are more aware of the inherent cruelty to taking animals from the wild and keeping them behind glass or behind bars for the remainder of their days. Studies have shown that their lifespans are significantly shortened in captivity, and we're depleting our oceans as well in the process. Well, I can't imagine that it would be particularly stimulating to swim in circles every day. In the case of Ripley's, the sand tiger sharks that they have on display there are actually a vulnerable species. They're protected in U.S. waters, which is where they were taken from. And they were given permission to take those waters under the guise of education value. But it's kind of hard to see what educational value there is in yoga under the sharks or Friday night jazz. So these are it's a completely unnatural environment for these animals, and I can't imagine it would be particularly good for their mental health.
As humans, what do you think that we can do to help conserve and preserve these animals?
Well, I think education is key, absolutely, but so is respect.
Yeah.
So bringing children into a place where animals are being held behind glass isn't really particularly respectful. Allowing children the opportunity to pet ocean creatures that don't have the ability to swim away or to defend themselves is not respectful. So while I do agree that education is absolutely the key to protecting our oceans, it can be done through means other than captivity. Children can tell you just about everything there is to know about dinosaurs, but they've never seen one in real life, right? So certainly there's no need in a modern era to actually enslave these animals and keep them behind glass in order to become engaged and to learn about them and to care about them. In addition to being a Sea Shepherd volunteer, I'm an avid scuba diver.
Okay.
And so that's, my love of the ocean really stems from that. I personally have had so many incredible close-up encounters with sharks throughout the oceans over the years, and it really breaks my heart to see them. Actually, I haven't been to Ripley's because I refuse to support them, and it's just so senseless and sad that this exists, and that they feel that this is the only way to get people to engage and to care about sharks. Sand tiger sharks in particular, I had a close encounter with one in Australia just last month, in December. They're absolutely magnificent. They've got these great teeth, and they're really beautiful animals. They are critically endangered in parts of the world, and so to reduce their numbers further by taking mature animals and subjecting them to a life of swimming in circles under the CN Tower it's senseless and it's cruel. I am an onshore volunteer with the Toronto chapter, so I'm actually our social media coordinator, so I'm responsible for social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Locally, we also attend several events and do some fundraising and outreach activities. In addition to that, I've been on a few campaigns with Sea Shepherds. So last year I was in Costa Rica as part of Operation Hyro, protecting sea turtles as they came ashore to lay their eggs and ensuring safe passage of the mothers back to the ocean, as well as protecting the eggs from poachers, which is a real problem in Costa Rica. I was also in Japan as part of Operation Infinite Patience, which you may be familiar with if you've ever seen the documentary The Cove. So basically every year for 6 months out of the year in Taiji, Japan, a group of hunters drive migrating cetaceans into the water, pilot whales, dolphins, and slaughter entire families. This is, of course, funded by the captivity industry, so this is where captive dolphins come from.
And so my project in particular is looking at aquariums and the marine life that's there. So what do you think are some of the dangers that aquatic animals face when they're in aquariums?
Well, aquatic animals belong in the ocean. They don't belong behind glass. Whether they're mammals or whether they're fish is really an artificial divide. So certainly for the past month that I was in Japan, I mean, there's an entire industry of like an entire history of animals being slaughtered senselessly because of people's demand to see captive dolphins, to see dolphins in dolphinariums, aquariums, and to engage with them in swim with dolphins programs. So this entire industry, this year alone, hundreds of dolphins have been slaughtered to fund this industry, and that's entirely due to captivity. So I mean, it's kind of it's a tradition that's time has passed, I think. I think that people are more aware of the inherent cruelty to taking animals from the wild and keeping them behind glass or behind bars for the remainder of their days. Studies have shown that their lifespans are significantly shortened through captivity, and we're depleting our oceans as well in the process.
Similar to humans, do you think that animals such as sharks and the fish in aquariums such as Ripley's, do you think they experience mental health issues like humans?
Well, I can't imagine that it would be particularly stimulating to swim in circles every day.
Yeah.
In the case of Ripley's, the sand tiger sharks that they have on display there are actually a vulnerable species. They're protected in U.S. waters, which is where they were taken from. And they were given permission to take those waters under the guise of education value. But it's kind of hard to see what educational value there is in yoga under the sharks or Friday night jazz. So it's a completely unnatural environment for these animals, and I can't imagine it would be particularly good for their mental health.
As humans, what do you think that we can do to help conserve and preserve these animals while still being able to educate? I know like places like Ripley's, they're so big on educating, but it's just really like the way to do it. Do you think that there are other ways that we can be doing that?
Well, I think education is key, absolutely, but so is respect.
Yeah.
So bringing children into a place where animals are being held behind glass isn't really particularly respectful. Allowing children the opportunity to pet ocean creatures that don't have the ability to swim away or to defend themselves is not respectful. So while I do agree that education is absolutely the key to protecting our oceans, it can be done through means other than captivity. Children can tell you just about everything there is to know about dinosaurs, but they've never seen one in real life, right? So certainly there's no need in a modern era to actually enslave these animals and keep them behind glass in order to become engaged and to learn about them and to care about them. So we are certainly, at Sea Shepherd Toronto, we are engaged in a number of outreach programs throughout the city to draw people's attention to the plight of the oceans and to the, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess the consequences of captivity. In addition to being a Sea Shepherd volunteer, I'm an avid scuba diver.
Okay.
And so that's, my love of the ocean really stems from that. I personally have had so many incredible close-up encounters with sharks throughout the oceans over the years, and it really breaks my heart to see them. Actually, I haven't been to Ripley's because I refuse to support them. And It's just so senseless and sad that this exists, and that they feel that this is the only way to get people to engage and to care about sharks. Sand tiger sharks in particular, I had a close encounter with one in Australia just last month, December. They're absolutely magnificent. They've got these great teeth, and they're really beautiful animals. They are critically endangered in parts of the world, and so to reduce their numbers further by taking mature animals and subjecting them to a life of swimming in circles under the CN Tower is just, it's senseless and it's cruel.